everybody, Cody here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about being an empath and what exactly that experience is like. You see, there's a lot of misconceptions about being an empath, and I wanted to just break it down for you guys a little bit in the beginning, and then at the end I'm going to be doing a light language transmission specifically for those of you who identify as empaths in this world. So empaths, we are extremely sensitive, highly perceptive in nature. You see, we have this idea that we as empaths are just absorbing all the different energies and disruptions around us, and we're bombarded by all these things, so much so that we need to get home and we need to grab our sage or grab our selenite and just bathe in that so that we can clear ourselves of all this energetic gunk that we've attracted. But the thing about empaths is empaths have actually really poor boundaries most of the time, because when we grow up as empaths, we are typically in an environment, whether it's our home environment or just around other adults in general, who cause us to hyper attune to them in order to anticipate their reactions if their reactions are unpredictable. So it's sort of a survival mechanism that we develop at a very young age in order to anticipate the potentially scary or dangerous reactions of other people around us. So when we perceive someone or something as a threat as a young child, and when we become used to that enough, we sort of begin to hyper attune to that frequency of that thing that we are afraid of, so that we can prepare ourselves for their reaction. That might be dangerous, that might be scary, that might affect us in a negative way. When we're around it enough at a young age, we sort of begin to keep hyper attuning to those frequencies. And you have to understand law of attraction, right? Law of attraction, we are experiencing anything that our conscious or unconscious focus is placed on. So when we are young, we, develop this ability to perceive anything that we're focused on, specifically the things that we're afraid of. So it develops this extremely highly perceptive ability to feel into other people, to tune into the vibration of other people. And the thing about that is, when you are trying to protect yourself like that, it becomes sort of an unconscious thing that you hold on to for the rest of your life. So we go through our lives not realizing that we are hyper attuning to these frequencies. And law of attraction, right? Law of attraction is when you attune to these frequencies, you will receive whatever frequency is being broadcast from that channel. Just like a radio dial, when you tune into a specific frequency on the radio dial, you receive whatever that channel is being broadcast. We're similar in that way, except it is our thoughts that are tuning into something that is receiving that frequency from whatever it is that we're tuning into. So when we are young and we're tuning into the things that we perceive as threats, the people or places that we think may be dangerous to us, we are tuning into that very frequency and receiving the broadcast of that vibration that might be very disruptive for us. So when we go around as adults, as empaths, and we are experiencing, the entire world, we are generally just a little bit afraid of the things around us as empaths, right? We're so sensitive, we'd rather just kind of cloak up and just walk around the world and be shielded from everything around us, when we don't need to shield at all. The thing is, we need to practice our focus. We need to practice and become aware of what our conscious and unconscious thoughts are, so that we can focus on the things or the people or the places that make us feel good, that make us feel not disrupted. As empaths, we are just attracting whatever it is we are focused on. Mindfulness exercises, meditation, those are things that we can practice that really helps us train our minds and understand what is going on in our minds, where our thoughts are being focused, and also why we're focusing on those things. Because the reason why we're also unconsciously focused on these things is because usually when we're young, we go through some sort of distress or trauma that becomes instilled in our body, that becomes beliefs within ourselves, which are points of attraction. So these beliefs are really powerful thoughts, unconscious thoughts, that are points of attraction for these things to be received by us. So meditation will really help us become aware of what our thoughts are, but then sometimes during that meditation we'll come across aspects of ourselves, feelings within us that are more deeply rooted, and that comes from that unresolved trauma or unresolved distress within our being. And it's up to us to sort of explore those aspects of ourselves so that we can unroot it and have it not be this sort of resting point of vibration within us that's allowing us to attract unwanted things, unwanted experiences, disruptive things in our environment. It allows us to sort of experience the world in a way where we can experience whatever it is we want to experience walking through our daily lives. We can go into crowds, and because of our ability to focus on what feels good, we won't be unconsciously focused on the disruption of the crowd that we will sort of absorb, just based on our focus and take home with us. That's when we get home and we feel just sort of drained by the outside world. Well, we're drained because we're unconsciously and consciously focused on the things that don't make us feel good. So when we sage or we keep crystals around us to help us rid those frequencies, those energies from us, what actually is happening is we're just tuning in to the vibration of that crystal or of that sage or whatever smudging tool that you're using, and receiving the frequency from those things that is generally always more calming than whatever it is we're trying to clear from ourselves. So what meditation and mindfulness can do is help us become aware of our thoughts so we know where our thoughts are being placed, so that we know what frequency we are receiving from that thing. So when we are aware of what we are focused on, we will be aware and actually can control what it is we are absorbing or receiving from those frequencies. It's also important to note that the things that we're attracting as empaths are always mirroring unhealed aspects of ourselves. So the things that are most hard for us to clear or get rid of when we come in from those crowds are so difficult to get rid of, because what the universe is trying to do is present us with a mirror to see in front of us what we have unseen or unhealed within ourselves. So I have a light language transmission for you guys today, and this transmission is going to just provide and introduce a frequency for us to keep around us. So it's going to act as sort of this energetic barrier for us to consciously and unconsciously place our focus on for the rest of our day. Know that this specific light language transmission, this shield or this frequency that you'll be introduced with, will only be there for probably a day or two, depending on how long your conscious focus is actually placed on it. It will stick around you for quite a little while, but just because of the nature of our lives, there are many things that we're focused on, and because of our focus on all those things, we'll be experiencing a lot of other things as well. So just know that if you ever want to revisit this video, you will be provided with that shield. You will be provided by that frequency for you to consciously and unconsciously focus on, that will be in your energetic space for you to shield yourself from these vibrations. When there's no shield, it's actually just a frequency that will be introduced to you so that you're not bombarded by the other frequencies that are in and around your space all the time. So without further ado, I'm just going to connect to this frequency and deliver you guys this transmission. Kiriona mora antastakati ini yeri fiktiriono from shota wakwana ada tiriki ora hua yana kia akiri yom kiom hua ayakiana ada tasatana taki kiam ofukure tiri satana kiom of Wofia piana kara ana kiene esichichiana Uyokyanad Asanana Uyanahana Ia Uhumo Unikia Mohana Asatana Aya Iakiana Usiamo Upopona Apapuanaha Ukli in Ora Poprokuna Atasikichiani Ia Pipiana Momahamama Atata Satana in Yeshana Kiam Uprotsukriorama Upofunano Yuna okuchiana riara puata na puapa ana wa anaha ya anana uyongo oha aya ana yu umoho ana haya nikina yo uno asana orata kiri iri shitiri ya umoho opo ora to aha na hara sutri kiana yapapora tarasa shishini kiri atana mo hono ana hanana ana saratarata kiri iri shitiri tiriata Close your eyes and tune into your heart space and experience this frequency that will be transmitted to you, so you're aware of what this frequency feels like when it's in around your space. Ana o hiom o aha na ana kiri shitiri ne ubona aha ana asatiri shitiri ono kumo ota ana satiri ne ana mohom. It's a very gentle energy. Kiana asana mokua hana ia pepe ne fomokotarata shitiri ana o ya no homaha. It's sort of a blanket of divine energy. Ana koai ni shitiri akana morta stutko on shamokomaha. Ano shititi ni kiri tiri tiri tamusto mo hamama anana akiri iti shititi na taskatu morata hairi kine he yipimo poponata atara satare tichi na kiyama otarata iki he yangya hanga anana mana hanana sata akiaki ana atosoto no to shititi na oropo sotoro to okiyama papa na ikiri iri sitiri ni fugatarata yishini maham. This is a Pleiadian frequency from a Pleiadian being by the name of Citadel. She's here to provide you with this loving blanket, this sort of divine light of divinity that will lay upon your body, upon your energetic space. Keep in mind again that we are in a universe of law of attraction, which means anything that we place our focus on, we will receive. Thank you guys for tuning in to this light language transmission today. If it feels good to you and it is within your personal resonance, I invite you to subscribe and hit the bell notification for any future videos that I will have out. I also have a Facebook group, Divine Creators with Cody. It's sort of a safe space for us to explore the New Age together and sort of have people to accompany us in this journey of spiritual awakening that sometimes can be a very lonely experience at first for many of us. It sort of just provides a community to help walk with us in this path together. Please leave suggestions or any ideas that you have for videos that you would like to see or topics that you'd like me to discuss for you in the comments. Thank you all. Peace and blessings to all of you guys. Much love.